Hey everyone, RJ here. Welcome back to the channel. And today I'll be doing an unboxing of the Moto E6 for Straight Talk Wireless. Let's get it started. Okay, so the Moto E6 has been out for several months now, and I've actually had the phone for a while, and I'm just now doing the unboxing on it. But this is for Straight Talk. It does work on the Verizon network. Open the flap up here, and you'll see the first look here at the phone, as well as some specs there at the bottom. Android 9 Pie, has a 5.5-inch HD Plus display, has an all-day battery. Of course, it's Wi-Fi capable. It has 16 gigabytes of internal storage, a 13-megapixel rear camera with a 5-megapixel front-facing camera, has a SD card slot as well with a 1.4 gigahertz octa-core processor and Bluetooth 4.2. And up top there, you'll see a few more specs like the Max Vision display, water repellent coating and stuff like that. Let's go ahead and open it up. So we'll go ahead, take the phone to the side here for a little bit and see what comes in the box. So this does have a removable back as well as a removable battery. So pretty nice stuff there. And also you got your Straight Talk terms and conditions as well as your Motorola quick start, Moto care guide, stuff like that. This does have a micro USB charging cable, unfortunately, as well as your Moto charging brick there. So that's all that comes into the box. We'll go ahead and put all this away and we'll look at the phone. So the phone is now in hand. Like I made mention, it has removable back and removable battery. This is, I think, a 3,000 milliamp hour battery. It says 2820, 3,000, somewhere around in there. Up top there is your SIM card slot with your micro SD card slot there as well. On the front, you will see the camera. You will see a speaker on top. On top, we got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, and the top is not completely, there we go. Now it's snapped on. 3.5 millimeter headphone jack with microphone. On the right side here, we have your textured power button and your volume rocker there. And on the bottom, microphone and micro USB charging port. So the front firing speaker is up top here. So single front firing speaker, which is always good for some extra sound. Let's go ahead and boot her up. Okay, so we're all set up now and ready to go. Now, first things first is the display. Now, this phone has a 720p HD Plus Max Vision display, and honestly, the display looks really good. Moto phones normally do have pretty good displays. Now, the brightness is set up pretty high already, and it's not that bright. So if you're out in the sunlight, you may have a bit of trouble, in direct sunlight, but overall, the screen looks very crisp, very clear. I mean, no problems seeing the display. Now, this is basically stock Android, as most Motos are. However, this is Straight Talk, so it does install some bloatware apps that can be uninstalled, thankfully. Now, this phone's already got a security update, so we'll check that out here. I think it's for October 1st of 2019, so I'm not really sure how many updates this phone will get once I finish updating the phone. This phone does have bezels, as you can see right there. It's not a big deal for me. Y'all know how I feel about bezels. I don't care if it's got no bezels, big bezels. I don't care. It don't bother me one bit. What does bother me, though, is that the Moto E4, Moto E5 have fingerprint scanners, and for some odd reason, they left it off the Moto E6. Now, this phone cost $100 when it was released, which honestly should have had a fingerprint scanner, to be honest. The E4 released at a very low price, had a front-mounted fingerprint scanner, and the E5 had it back here in the Moto logo. But the E6 just opted out to have it. So there is no face unlock, there is no nothing. So you have just your pattern, pin, password, stuff like that. But if that's not a big deal for you, then it's all good, right? This phone cost me $50 when I bought it several months ago. And so the price now could be even lower. Haven't checked in a while. But anyway, here is your app drawer. Pretty basic stuff here. Pull your drop down security update. Look at some of your toggles here. Got your Wi-Fi, do not disturb, Bluetooth, flashlight, airplane mode, just typical stuff that you see on all these phones here. Now going to the settings, you will see your network and internet, connected devices, just for Bluetooth, no NFC here on this device, nothing like that. Battery, typical stuff here, battery saver, adaptive battery, battery percentage, stuff like that. Display, you have your brightness level, night light, adaptive brightness, wallpaper, advanced for your sleep, which I got to set at 5 minutes because 30 seconds is just not enough time. Always going off on me. Auto rotate screen, colors, you got saturated, boosted, or natural, so whatever you decide you want your screen to be, you can change it right there. You got your font size, display size, screensaver, and device theme there. Go down here to storage. Now 16 gigs of storage, 6.42 is already being used. So you got 9.58 gigabytes free. Now once you uninstall that bloatware, you might get an extra half gigabyte. I really don't know. But still, around 10 gigs, you know, is pretty low here in 2020. But, you know, you got to look at the price point of the phone as well. I mean, you can't, well, I'll explain that here in a little bit. But you got an SD card slot, so you can move all your photos, videos, all to the SD card, all your apps to internal storage. You should be good to go. Security and location, not much. Okay, you got your swipe, pin, pattern, password, stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Moto experiences here. You got Moto Actions. So you have your fast flashlight by chop twice, powers on, chop again, and it goes off. 1-button navigation, 3-finger screenshot, screenshot editor, flip for do not disturb, pick up the silence, MIDI controls, use the volume key to change tracks when the screen is off, and swipe to shrink. You also get your Moto display here for your peak display and your attentive display there. So nice little Moto actions you get on these devices. Pretty cool stuff there. Accessibility, digital well-being, Google, your system, rating and feedback, and your help. So system here, let's go down here to gestures. Double press power key to launch assistant. Usually it's a power key, or usually that is the double press for the camera, but on here is for launch assistant and prevent ringing on or off there. Advanced just shows updated to Android 9, but it currently has an update for October 1st, 2019. So like I mentioned earlier, there may be more after this update here, but I'll find that out and show it at a later time. You know, what it eventually gets in total. So yeah, that's pretty much it on this device. There's not a whole lot else going on here. It's just your basic standard device. And like I mentioned earlier, you know, this phone's $50. Okay, just your basic phone, you know, basic features. And this phone runs the Snapdragon 439 octa-core processor, which is a pretty outdated processor. But it seems to be, you know, running pretty smooth here, just out of the box. I wouldn't try playing Call of Duty or PUBG on this phone. It may work, but it may not work smooth. So just giving you fair warning. Also only has 2 gigabytes of RAM. So, I mean, this is, you know, just your basic budget device. This would be a good device for, you know, a kid. It'd be a good device for a backup phone. Or if you don't want to spend a lot of money on a phone and you just want a phone to use for social media, taking pictures, stuff like that, and you don't want to spend a lot of money, here you go. $50 and made out of plastic. You know, I'm sure it can withstand some drops. So it's for anybody. You know, if you're in a certain price range, hey, here you go. Moto E6. Let's go to the camera here for a moment. And I done took a picture here, which I'll take another one here in a second. But you have your camera. You have your photo modes, which is portrait, spot color, panorama, live filter, time-lapse, and YouTube Live. Going to the settings here for a moment. Rear size camera is 13 megapixels, and it drops down from there. Video is full 1080 at 30 or 720 at 30. Front camera is 5 megapixel. Drops down from there, and front video is 1080, 30, and 720, 30. Selfie photo mirror stuff like that. Just your typical stuff that you see on a lot of these phones, watermark, leveler, system grid, all that kind of good stuff there. So I'll go ahead and take another picture here of the Moto box. And let's go ahead and focus. Let's try to get into the light there. And take a picture. All right, let's see how that looks here in just a moment. All right, so here is the photo. For some reason, it turned sideways. I don't know why, but pinching in here, and the photo looks pretty sharp. Looks pretty true to color here as I'm really, zooming it in. It's pretty clear. So, I mean, the camera, it'd be good for social media. And, I see no problems. Front-facing camera here also looks pretty good as well. So, yeah, I'll take a few pictures, videos, front and rear on this phone here to see how it does. But it's a nice little compact feeling phone, 18:9, I want to say it is for the aspect ratio. And I see no problems with it. My only gripe is that for the price when it was released, didn't come with a fingerprint scanner. That's kind of a gripe now in 2020. Now, this phone may have came out in late 2019. I'm not sure when it came out, to be honest. I've had this phone for a while. But still, the E4 had it, the E5 had it. So that's all I want to say right now on the Moto E6 for Straight Talk Wireless. If it's helpful and informative in any way, hit that like button. Let me know down below in the comments what y'all think about this phone. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. I'd appreciate it. Y'all have a good one, and thanks for watching.